good evening, everybody. Day 2 from our Wonder of the Seas cruise. What a day!
What a day. And today is done. Day 2 is officially done because it's after midnight.
Day 2 is also in the books.
Yeah.
And we had a perfect day at Coco Cay. No doubt about it, right?
We did. We did.
Start our day. We got up. We had breakfast.
Mm-hmm.
Breakfast was awesome.
Yep. So I think we planned well because we had hit the Windjammer buffet for breakfast, just to be able to grab whatever we wanted without any sit-down service, and then at least be able to get off the ship as soon as possible.
Yeah, because you wake up, you're in port at that time, and they're letting you off the boat around 8 o'clock today, give or take.
Yep.
And so, it was, you're in the mindset of, not really grab and go. We sat down, we had a full breakfast, but when we were done with breakfast, we wanted to, head on into Coco Cay.
Yeah.
So, I tell you what, at the start, we, like several other days on this trip, we were worried about the weather.
We were definitely worried about the weather just because of what we were hearing, and just waking up, you weren't sure, but we very quickly realized it was very sunny out during breakfast. And so we were like, okay, yay, this is promising. And we really lucked out today because a day that was supposed to be nothing but a lot of rain was quite the opposite for us.
Yeah, you hope for the best, plan for the worst. You could see the clouds off in the distance. You could see the rain. You just tell how the sky changes when the rain's coming down out of the clouds. We could see that off in the distance in a couple different directions, but we got lucky. It was plenty of sun. It was a warm day, but the water was amazing.
Yeah.
Water was amazing.
Honestly, you couldn't have asked for better.
Wow.
Even though it was warm, there was just a breeze all day long, and honestly, luck was on our side today for sure with the weather.
So we got to Coco Cay. We walk across the I don't want to call it the bridge, the dock, and then straight away we got on the tram.
Yep.
And we went back to South Beach.
We did.
Beautiful place. Towards the back of the island. Tram, takes just about 2 minutes, if that, to get you back there. It was busy. Now,
it was busy, and I was just about to call a timeout really quick, because something I do want to point out, because me and you together, we've done Coco Cay twice now.
Yeah.
And the first time that we did Coco Cay, we were on Allure of the Seas, so an Oasis class ship, so about 6,000 people on that ship. But the ship that we were docked with that day was much smaller. I think the day that we were here with Allure, it was Independence of the Seas beside us. So that ship is a couple of thousand people. I will say we got off the ship at around the same time both trips, and there was a significant difference in the lounger situation and the umbrellas and everything. By the time we got the tram and got back to, first of all, there was a little bit of a lineup for the tram. By the time we got back to South Beach, we were probably in the last row of loungers, and some of the very last few left on that beach. And today we were in with 2 Oasis class ships. So we were here with our ship Wonder, and Harmony of the Seas was the sister ship in. So my word of advice to anybody that finds himself on Coco Cay, try to find out what ship you're docked with that day, because you will absolutely want to ensure that you get off that ship early if you're planning on loungers with an umbrella to keep yourself out of the sun while you're not in the water.
Yeah.
because it definitely made a difference. The last time we were here, we went to South Beach. There was no wait for the tram. We got to South Beach and we were in the first row of loungers, like right by the water. So there was a significant difference in the busyness.
Indeed.
Yeah.
Indeed. But we got
no complaints.
But we got the
Yeah,
loungers.
exactly.
We got in the water.
It was perfect.
It's exactly what you expect. It was perfect. The temperature was great.
Yeah.
Sure, the loungers were busy, but it wasn't crowded in the water.
No,
it's a
not at all.
Huge beach. You got more than enough space.
Yep.
And it was just great.
It was really nice.
I couldn't think of anything that would have been, that I would have wanted to have been different today at the beach. And so we spent some time at South Beach.
We did.
We were there for a bit.
Yep.
We got some snacks there. So they have the snack, I don't call them snack huts, but
They call them snack shacks.
okay, snack shacks.
They do, yeah.
And I'll be honest with you, I don't think it's fair to call them snack shacks because you can get much more than just a snack. You can get like a hamburger, a chicken sandwich. You can get
Fries.
all sorts of things.
Yeah, it was a lot of stuff.
We got the cheese fries. I'm sorry, we got the cheese sticks. And you get 3 sticks and some marinara. They're big cheese sticks. They are delicious. They're hot. They're fresh. I got some of the chocolate chip cookies.
And I got funnel cake.
You did get a funnel cake.
So it's really cute. What I do appreciate is like their portions of things are like on the smaller size at the snack shack. So like you get a couple of like the mozzarella sticks that we got, and then when the funnel cake, it's not like a huge funnel cake. It's just like on a little like dessert sized plate, and it's perfect for like just that quick snack that you want. But we did some time at South Beach, and then we decided last time we really enjoyed kind of hopping around the island as well. So we did the same thing this time too. We hopped a tram back to the front of the island. So I would say the tram service that Royal does is fantastic. It's constantly moving. They're constantly shuffling people around. You can walk the island. There's many people that were walking the trail beside the road. But honestly, if you can just time getting on a tram, save your steps and enjoy the island at your leisure. But we had to take a tram to the front of the island, then get off that one and transfer to another tram that was going to go over to Chill Island. But honestly, it took minutes. It wasn't a long wait at all.
If we really wanted to, we could have walked.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Yeah,
we definitely could have walked either way from South Beach to Chill Island, or even got off at the front and walked over to Chill Island. But it was just our timing.
Exactly.
Like we got off one tram and the tram was there, so we thought save the steps.
I was there. I wanted to enjoy the water together.
Yeah.
More than anything.
And we hopped over to Chill Island. It was around like 12:30 maybe. Like it was midday.
Yeah.
And I say it on our day 2 vlog in footage that I took, saying like you would maybe be a little bit nervous if you could possibly get a lounger moving like that midday. But we got to Chill Island and there was absolutely no problem getting a lounger over there, because I think everyone kind of like, or a lot of people have maybe the same idea to jump around a little bit.
Yeah.
So as you're in a lounger, loungers free up and things like that. So we spent more time in the ocean at Chill Island.
Yeah. And I guess the only thing I would say about Chill Island is, we did that last year as well.
Yep.
But we went to a different part. Sorry, Chill Beach.
Yeah.
Right. We went to a different part of the beach. I don't want to call.
Well, I think it's kind of like split by rocks.
Exactly.
Like there's one cove and then there's like another cove. So like we did one side last time and we did the opposite side this time.
Yeah. So they're both super cool. The one we did today, it does have more of a lagoon cove-ish feeling. The rocks are a little bit more surrounding, but again, plenty of space, nothing to worry about. I actually ventured out a little bit further. A lot of people who were able to look down below into the water said there were lots of fish around. I could see a few, but and the water felt actually even better there in places. You could really feel like cool currents, more so in places over there, and it was just a lot of fun. Really good stuff.
It was, definitely.
Yeah.
And then from there, I mean, Chill Island, it's conveniently located. It's closer to the front of the island, so that's why we naturally started first at the back and kind of progressively made our way towards the ship. But once you're at Chill Island, you're literally right across the area from Chill Grill.
Yeah.
And Chill Grill is where they do like the most amazing like beach buffet.
It's hard to believe.
Plenty of selections there. Same thing, burgers, hot dogs. But in addition to that, they have fresh salads. They have a taco station where you can build tacos, and there's a huge toppings bar. And they have corn on the cob, French fries, the best barbecue chicken.
Yeah.
The barbecue chicken was crazy good. And I mean, just such a great selection for everyone to have.
I'll say the same thing this year I said last year when we were here because of Allure. It blows my mind how much, like how big the Chill Grill is. Like how much food that they have there, and how much of a setup that they have. Different serving stations, the variety. It's mind-boggling in a positive way. So. Kudos, Royal Caribbean. You're hats off. You're doing an awesome job.
They do it amazing. Yeah.
So we ate Chill Grill. Ate our food from there, and then we, made our way over to the pool.
The Oasis Lagoon.
The Oasis Lagoon, which itself is also awesome. Largest pool in the Caribbean. Do I have that right?
In the Bahamas.
In the Bahamas.
In the Bahamas.
Okay.
Yep. Which is that to me is like mind blowing and just really like impressive because it's not attached to a resort. Like it's not attached to an all inclusive or anything like that. Like it's a cruises private island and it has the biggest pool in the Bahamas.
Yeah.
So, but it is just a fun environment. It's got such a great vibe to it. They have music playing. If you're drinking, there's the swim up bar. It's just, again, I took a lot of footage to show and so that people would know if you're coming to Royal Caribbean's Coco Cay, you know what to expect.
I love the variety of the pool itself. So you can, step in right away and go jump in like a lounger.
Yep.
That's in a couple inches of water. You can get in kind of like the main depth, which is around 3.5 feet, give or take. There's a section of the pool where it deepens to about 5.5 feet, give or take. And then there's places that you can just kind of, not just at the pool bar, but there's other places around the perimeter of the pool that have, like ledges that you can sit on.
Yeah, all over the place.
And a lot of them are actually like in the shade, for example. Mm-hmm.
Which is really nice. Like you have the shade from the palm trees, and so if you're not wanting to stay completely out in the sun the whole time in the pool, you can go and try and get yourself on one of these little ledges to sit on.
There's even a nice bridge and walkway that cuts across the middle of the pool.
Yeah, you can just float around underneath the bridge and stay out of the sun.
The sunlight reflects the blue up top, and it's just super, super cool. So, and that's that's how we finished out Coco Cay.
Yeah.
We left there kind of mid to late afternoon, and then we came back to the ship. We got ready for dinner, and then we had dinner. Dinner was awesome again.
Dinner was great. It was Italian night tonight.
It was Italian night, and of course in our other vlog, you'll see, in deeper detail, all the food selections that we had. Very quickly, want to go through them here? No?
Yeah, go ahead.
I had as a starter, I had the Caesar salad again because it was awesome. For my entree, I had the lasagna al forno.
Forno.
Close. Okay, so close. Which means like lasagna with a bunch of meat in the middle, basically. I'm translating.
Sure.
And then for dessert, I had the lemon.
It was a
custard tart.
lemon curd tart.
Lemon curd tart. Okay,
Yeah.
there we go. which was kind of like lemon meringue
Yeah.
of sorts, and it was
Sure.
it was all amazing, all delicious.
Mine was pretty similar, except I got, for my appetizer, I tried arancini, which is Italian rice balls. It was really good. They served it with a marinara sauce. I, too, had the lasagna al forno, except I'm not just going to say it's a bunch of meat sauce, like unfoodie guy here. It was amazing. It was meat sauce. It was stuffed. Like there was no skimping around with this lasagna, and it also had like a bechamel in the middle of like the noodles and stuff. So really good. It was very rich in flavor. Like I could not finish my piece just because of being full from the entire day, but also just the flavor, the richness of it was just very, very filling and satisfying. I had the tiramisu for dessert, and the tiramisu was phenomenal. Like it was so good. It was like a perfect balance of like the lady finger, like soaked in espresso, but then the mousse, like the mascarpone mousse kind of element to it was so light that it was just easy eating.
See, if I had given a description of the tiramisu,
he couldn't have given a description.
So much more basic.
Yeah.
So
He probably would have called it something like pudding in a cup. I don't know, just saying.
Delicious pudding in a cup, though. It was sweet, chocolatey, it looked
Coffee.
neat, coffee, you know, some cocoa up top, you know.
Yeah.
Awesome stuff. So dinner was amazing. Dinner was great. Atmosphere, as always, was just really, really great. Great staff, you know, really, you know, like night one, just absolutely just taken care of. So we got through dinner. We for entertainment tonight, we had a comedy show.
Yeah, we had 2 events tonight.
I think they called the Royal Comedians.
Yep.
And 2 comedians in tonight.
Very funny.
Very funny.
Really funny.
Very engaging, very funny. That was a lot of fun. That lasted 45
It was almost
minutes,
an hour.
an
Yeah, it was about 45, 50 minutes. And then from there, we realized the time, and knowing it was our Aqua Theater show night. I tend to know that the lines at that show get very long, even if you have reservations. So we went from one show pretty much right to the next.
Yeah. Yep.
Which I would say was smart. Oh, excuse me. It's after midnight, guys. Sorry. It was smart because we were in a line to get in, and that place got packed tonight. Like packed to the point where there was not even any seats left anymore. Like it was standing room for the standby line, because at the very end, like if people don't show with their reservations, they start letting the standby line in, and literally like standing room around everywhere. It was packed.
Literally. Yeah.
The show was called Intense. It was really good.
Yeah. A lot of, I mean, yes. I mean, the one of the big things, you know, that you're used to seeing in these Aqua Theater shows is, you know, it's the high dives. You know, I don't know how 70 some odd feet, I think.
It's high.
The really tall ones, but this time was a little bit different. There was a lot. It felt like there was a lot more dancing in areas of just a little bit, like a couple inches of water, a lot of splashing, a lot of acrobatics, a lot of things in the air. I won't spoil. A lot of fun. It
was really good because I think there was still a lot of diving, but you're right, there was a lot more elements to the show, and I found like even the effects. There was a lot of the use of water, like that wasn't like, aside from just being like in the water itself, like in the pool, there was like tons of fountains happening, and the lighting in this show is like crazy. Like it was like lighting to the beat of the music and everything. It was really good. And I will say, so, I mean, this was the first time. I think this one was really cool for me just because I've seen Aqua Theater shows now quite a few times based on, like, all of the Oasis class ships I've been on. this is the first time I saw an Aqua Theater show that was all girls. And
Yeah.
I thought that was super, super cool. I kind of thought maybe because right as soon as the show was starting, the screen changes and says the show is dedicated to daughters.
Yeah.
So I thought to myself, I wonder if it's a lot of girls in
Yeah.
this one. I didn't think all girls, or I thought maybe it had to do with like a theme.
Yeah.
But it truly is. That show is powered by girls.
All women.
And it's awesome.
Oh, very awesome.
Yeah.
Very, very cool. Yeah.
And then from there, we left that show and straight into the Royal Promenade
Yeah.
into a street dance party.
Indeed.
Yeah.
Indeed. And that was a lot of fun. And then,
Was
yeah,
a lot of
as
fun.
we're kind of closing out the night and sitting with all of you guys, and we've started to put the ducks out. So
Yeah, we're hiding the ducks.
if
You know
you,
what? We were so exhausted last night that there was no hiding of ducks last
Yeah.
night. And then tonight we realized we better
Yeah.
hide these ducks.
Yeah.
We've got quite a few, and we really can only hide them tonight and tomorrow
Yep.
night, because you wouldn't hide it on the very last night of the cruise because everyone is still too
Yeah.
busy like getting off the ship on Friday morning. So
Indeed.
we got 2 nights to hide a bunch
Yeah.
of ducks, but
We
even
got-
coming up here to do this recap
Yeah.
for you, we already started placing them places.
So we gotta go. We gotta go finish the rest here. We're gonna do that after
Yeah.
we sign off here. If you are watching this video and you found one of our ducks,
Let us know.
Please make sure you leave a comment down below.
Yeah.
Tell us. We'd love to hear from you. Tell us where you're from. And it's been an amazing day. Day 2.
It was a jam-packed, fun day. It was
I
awesome.
mean, no surprise. It's a perfect day. I think it's been a day with you.
Anywhere.
Anywhere.
Doesn't matter.
Anywhere. Doesn't need to be a
Yeah.
private island.
Yeah.
Not a bad place to be. Just saying.
A wonderful place to be.
Wonderful place to be. But I'll take him over with
But
you,
tomorrow's
sweetheart.
day 3, and we're cruising.
Yeah,
We are at sea all
it's a
day.
sea day tomorrow.
So,
So
we
we'll
have
different sort of
no
adventure
agenda,
tomorrow. Yep.
no plans really, except for we will probably do a lot of filming of like a full ship tour. We will probably do a lot of swimming,
Yep.
lounging
Yes.
by the pool, and just enjoying. So,
Yeah.
looking
a lot
forward
of
to
water
it.
slides and some other things that we've not seen.
There's
on
definitely a
Royal
lot of
Caribbean
water
ship before.
slides, and that is Jason's thing. I probably won't do them, but I have a lot of fun watching him
We'll
do
see.
them. So, yeah,
We'll see.
yep.
Awesome. Well, fantastic. Well, day 2 in the books.
Yep.
It's an amazing day.
Closing it out.
Indeed.
Yeah.
And thanks for joining us tonight. And
Thanks for watching, guys.
sit tight for day 3. And as we always
Absolutely.
say, walk with you later.
Bye.
Bye, guys.